Okay, some audio, please.
The bodies of children.
Thank you.
And in this space, probably very friendly until they realise that I do speak against Sharia, and I do speak for the women in Afghanistan and Iran. So we'll see. They're always curious, if nothing else.
Yeah. Thanks very much for talking with
really
me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
really
meet you too.
To meet
So
you.
before you go,
Cheers.
Ezra, good afternoon. So
Hey,
great
lovely.
to see
How are you?
Last time I saw you, I interviewed you was on the 13th of September.
Yes.
What's it like for you to be down here with the great Ezra today?
Well, I fangirled all the way. Is that right? Yes.
It's great to talk with you. Thanks for being here.
Nice. Yeah, it's lovely to see him. I admire his work. Honestly.
As you know, we're live and direct on Tommy Robinson's YouTube channel and also on Tommy Robinson's Twitter page. Yeah. Can you tell us what exactly happened at your monthly event down here today? Because I wasn't there, so I just want to let our people know.
Well, shame on you. Shame on you.
I know.
Well, we talk about the things going on. We talk about guilt by association and how that's a tactic that we must avoid at all costs, and we can't live by that sort of tactic. We talk about the police, women in school, children in schools, like whether or not you know what your child is being taught, and if you don't, then really you're not living up to your job as a parent. And I say this specifically to dads, because women in schools, even women like me, get ignored by teachers because obviously we talk in some weird language when we're female. So men, it's up to you. If your children are in schools, it's up to you to go and ask, what is the policy about single-sex spaces for your sons and daughters? Boys don't want to share spaces with girls, and girls don't want to share spaces with boys. So I would just say to all men, if it's your mum going in hospital or your mother-in-law, if it's somebody having care in their home, please talk directly to whoever is making those decisions and make sure that your mum, when she gets somebody around like a home help to come and care for her, that she is looked after by a female. And it's up to men to really do that. It's up to everyone, but men often say, what can I do? Well, you can do that. You can start doing those difficult conversations.
You've got young Bob here, and I've no doubt he's going to... I don't know if you know young Bob.
No, nobody knows young Bob.
Oh, thank you.
So, Bob, what do you want to say to the young lady?
Well, I would just say, do you think that young people are going to be indoctrinated into believing that the things that you activize against, so for example, do you think that the next generation will genuinely believe that there is more than one gender, or do you think the indoctrination will sort of wear off?
I think a little bit of both, actually. I think some will be indoctrinated into it, but I think a lot are beginning to realise that the kids that are the non-binaries, the they-thems, are just attention-seeking and quite irritating. And so I think children have kind of had enough now. They just understand. So maybe you've sort of escaped it a bit, but maybe 16 to about 23.
Well, I got kicked out of college, so...
Well, okay, then you didn't.
Yeah.
But say 16 to 23, I think they might be the worst, and then the people that have been at university for the last few years, so they'll have to unlearn, and they'll have to retrain. And I don't even know if they believe it, Bob. I think what it is they're frightened to say that they don't. And I hope more people will have courage.
Yeah, and I think so. Anecdotally, what I see is that many people reject this nonsense, but Prevent and many other institutions, they kind of make them fear for their lives in terms of being prescribed. I mean, last year, there was an 11-year-old who got deferred to Prevent successfully for saying there is not more than two genders. So, yeah, I think that a lot of people do. Personally, when I was briefly in school, of course, they kicked me out for the content that I do. Many people agreed with the sentiment, but of course, I was in drama school originally. I had the kind of failed trope of being the conservative in a drama school who was a social reject, and what I found was that these people only believe in it because firstly they believe there's some rehashing of anti-establishment hippies, and also they're entitled enough to believe that they can be something else that they're not.
Well, you've got teachers that have been teachers that are activists, which I think one of your friends talked about, but we know that these teachers have gone to university. We know that the police, for example, there's a big issue with the police, and that is that many of their recruits, they go into the policing for about 3 to 4 years so they can get their free degree. They don't really care about law and order. They want that free degree, and then they're out the police force. And I think that has really broad implications about why the police force is so bad. In addition, you've got really good pensions. People don't want to lose their pensions. Everywhere there's a culture of fear in schools, universities, police forces, NHS, everything that we pay for as taxpayers. There is a culture of fear. and it's only by people like you, and I might argue myself, and Tommy, who are beginning to say, look, do with me what you will, but I'm still going to speak and say the words that need to be said.
Of course, and I was just a few days ago arrested for doing the same thing. So, we have to all bear the risk of freedom of speech, and documenting that sort of risk and what we all go through as people who do activism for many different sort of things that we all may disagree or agree on is a beautiful thing, because then it demonstrates that our positions that we hold water, and people are genuinely intimidated by that fact. So thank you.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's really nice to talk to you.
Final question, what advice would you give to young Bob? 17-year-old lad. He's not very well known like you and me. What advice would you give to him, because he's now being actively targeted by the police?
I would just say that I don't know if he needs any advice, because I've listened to some of the things he said, and he's rarely kind of he rarely speaks in exaggerated terms. He speaks the truth. I don't think it matters how you tell the truth, as long as it is the truth. And I genuinely believe, and I think you probably do too, that the good will out. That eventually the truth will always kind of find its way into the light, and we just have to keep speaking it and keep giving it a pathway to come out, and then it will. And the more that you speak, the more that other people your age will speak, even if they speak against you. And I know that you're quite keen on everybody speaking, not just people you agree with, and I would be the same. And I just think that there are no magic people in the past that have suddenly done something so amazing, and the history books kind of cover them. It's people that show up, turn up consistently, and are consistent. Those are the people that we talk about.
Excellent. That's normal. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next month.
I'm going to be up a ladder now. Thanks so much. Really nice to talk to you.
Nice to meet you. Islam will solve all of these problems, you know that.
Inshallah, when we introduce the caliphate.